Well, hi there, I'm Noah Bradley, and this is Handmade House TV. I have one more video for you on answering viewer questions, so stay tuned. Well, all right, as you can see, I'm still standing in front of this gorgeous crabapple tree. We're still in the middle of this pandemic epidemic that's going on. We're confined at home. And I just love this tree, and I can't help but film in front of it, and I hope that the audio quality is coming across to you okay. I am a little bit closer to the road than I normally would be in filming videos, but I just had to be near this tree. And anyway, the question that I got recently from someone was how much they're expressing how much they love my videos, how much they love all my instruction. How they've watched how all of my reasons behind, if you want to build a log cabin, you want to build a traditional log cabin. And they've said, yeah, I make a lot of sense and everything else, but I'm still thinking about going with butt and pass log cabins. And what do you really think of butt and pass log cabins? And first of all, when I saw this, there's a big sigh. I can't believe somebody is still asking me this. Throughout all of my videos, you'll likely not see me reference, but maybe once or twice, just slightly touch on butt and pass log cabins. And the reason why I don't touch on them is because I'd like to share with you the positive aspects of working with log cabins, of telling you all the wonderful things of building a traditional log cabin. I didn't invent traditional log cabins. They've been around for centuries. They're beautifully attractive. They're incredibly durable, and they're low maintenance. And so, and they've been built by folks just like you and me. Only they didn't have the power tools that we have. They didn't have the learning applications that we have. They probably had a four-year education in elementary school. They learned how to read and write, but they didn't go on to high school nor college or whatever else. And still, they built these beautiful homes, and nothing has changed. You can build a traditional log cabin and be entirely thrilled with it and pleased with it, and I promise you will. So I don't like to be a negative person who's always pointing out the horrific disappointment that other forms of log construction are. If you want to know in depth why I don't like butt and passes, that I finally years ago created at handmadehouses.com a posting about butt and pass log cabins, explaining in detail how I felt about it. If you do a Google search, type in handmade houses, butt and pass log cabins, and you'll find this article. And by all means, read it all, because I got a lot of questions from other people, and I did my best to thoroughly answer these questions in great detail and everything else. Why butt and pass is such a disappointment. So today I thought maybe I'd cover a little bit of what's in that article in person, and I'll share it with you. First of all, is by going with butt and pass, you're ignoring the better option. That's number one. Number two is that butt and pass is basically an attempt in the 1970s. When did anything ever good come out of the 1970s? Shag carpet, disco music, avocado colored refrigerators. And so it was invented by an individual with the idea of the common normal person can build their own log cabin, because obviously normal people aren't capable of building a traditional log cabin, which is a lie. You can build a traditional log cabin. So what is a butt and pass? It is a log cabin where you are taught that you can't possibly create a notch in a corner of a log cabin. That's way beyond your capability, which is a lie. Building notches is a joy. Anybody can do a notch. They hold up wonderful, and they are the most aesthetically pleasing aspect of any log home is the notch. So why would you want to avoid that? So what button pass does is it avoids the corner notches, and then it lays one log on top of the other, which causes them to rot, and it causes you to have to spike each course of log one on top of the other, which is mundane physical activity that no one would want to do. And I've got some kind of ambulance going by, which happens in my particular location here in Virginia about twice a year. So that's some kind of indication there. So I'll pause for a second and let that go on by. Hope he's not coming here. That's a policeman. Okay, back to it. So the whole motivation behind button pass construction is A, it's based upon fear. You can't do notches, therefore you need to go with what we teach you. And that's a lie. The second aspect of it is you don't have the time to do the notches of a traditional log cabin. I can notch a log cabin myself, by myself, in 2 weeks. I'm an old man, and I'm telling you from experience that it's not that complicated. It takes me the better part of a year to build an entire home, an entire log cabin from scratch, from start to finish. But notching the log cabins, if it's just you, you ought to be able to do it in 2 weeks. If it's not, in a week. And from what I understand, the typical button pass log cabin is put up in about the same amount of time. I would much rather spend my time artistically creating beautiful corner notches than I would driving spikes into each log as it goes through. And so why does this go on? Why did button pass evolve into a method of building log cabins at all if it's inferior, and why does it continue today? Button pass came about at about the same period in time that log cabin kits came about, and log cabin kits came about in order to feed this new surge of interest in a resurgence in wanting to build log cabins. And so basically button pass is more or less a cheap form of a log cabin kit, and both of them ignore all of the wonderful virtues of traditional log construction. And the other aspect that I can say is that there are button pass enthusiasts. There are the individuals who have built a log cabin for themselves, and they are proud of their home, and they will move forward in promoting it. I did this, it was good for me, therefore you should do it as well. And I always caution everyone to always be cautious in listening to the appraisals or recommendations from other individuals. That too often in life, I've had a plumber who did well for me for 20 years. Someone would ask me for a plumbing recommendation and I would pass it on, and it would not be a positive experience for them. And another thing is that typically if we spend a year of our life, if we take out a mortgage and we throw it into a home and we get done with it, we're naturally, upon completion, going to feel a sense of pride about it. We're not going to look at it with a critical eye. We don't have experience in more than one form of construction, and it's in our human nature to be proud of what we've done. I can say this is that individuals who have built using both butt and pass and traditional construction, I've never met a single person who would choose to do butt and pass over traditional log construction after they've done it just one time. That's all it takes. And I offer a course called the Log Cabin Academy, and in it I share with you how to build a traditional log cabin. all the tips and secrets I've got garnered from studying and restoring vintage log cabins and incorporating it and building a log cabin that best suits our comfort needs of today. But you don't need what I do in order to build a traditional log cabin. People, again, farmers, whatever, throughout history have been building their own log homes, never having done it before. Mine just carries it to the best level of what it can be. So I'm not here today putting down button pass in order to encourage you to sign up for my Log Cabin Academy course. I'm here product by product. I have challenged those within the button pass industry that send me photographs of the 5 most attractive button pass log cabins you have built, and I will put it on my website. I'll post a page there and I will show you 5 of the best log cabins I've done, and I'll even shake it up. I'll switch around mine, and I'll let people be their own judge of which do you feel is more attractive of a home, which do you feel is a home that you would feel would hold up best with time, would bring the best price when it came time to sell it, would bring the most amount of pride in you and the praise from those who visit the home. And as of yet, no one in the button pass community has passed on any photographs of their work whatsoever. From what I've seen, it's fairly disappointing. And also, another thing I could challenge the button pass community is that I will share images of log cabins that I built 30 years ago that have had no maintenance done to them at all in those 30 years. And I would ask them to send me photographs of log cabins that they've built that have done the same. They don't. They're not going to have one. A button pass log cabin after 30 years of no maintenance would be compost. Anyway, you guys take care. Consider joining the Handmade House Guild, where you can get the Log Cabin Academy and the Stone Mason Academy and the Bootstrap Building Academy and the Chinking Academy. And I'm currently working on the Timber Framing Academy. It will be completed by the end of this year. The first videos should be popping up before long here. Anyway, you guys take care. I do want to thank 5 new members of the Handmade House Guild. Woohoo! They are Bradley Olson. Boy, anybody with the name Bradley has got to be a great guy. Brendan and Lisa Drennan. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, Linda. Lisa. Emily Matthews. Reuben Parker. Rob McLaughlin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough for today. I've got a bunch of them. The book is really filling up. Clearly, with this ongoing pandemic, a lot of people are looking for something to do. They're looking to learn how to build that future log home of theirs, the future handmade house. And so people are signing up. It's money well invested. Is anything you can put up here, nobody else can take away. Anyway, I think the world of you guys. Y'all stay tough, stay strong. It's a great chance and opportunity right now with the current economic situation that's evolving. Interest rates are incredibly low. Opportunities for purchasing a property, a land, or whatever else is looking good. Bargains are to be had in the coming time. Keep yourself open, keep your eyes open, keep looking, and you'll get that dream home of yours soon enough. I believe that you can do it. You can build your own house. I built 2 houses for myself before I ever became a contractor. I got so addicted to doing it. There's so much joy that comes from building one's own home, so much financial savings that some of us choose to do it for a living, and that's what I did. Anyway, you guys take care. Thank you for joining me here. I look forward to seeing you next week here on HandmadeHouse.tv. Bye now. Bye now.